Hello everybody, what's up? Cedric here, CRWC commentary, and I'll be reviewing King and Queen of the Ring. So that's a SmackDown Raw thing. And yeah, they came from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. And hour 1, hour 2, hour 3, because that's how I watched it, going on what was available. So this starts off with the women's title. It was see, I wrote live for some reason. I wrote live. Liv Morgan versus Becky Lynch. Okay. I'll be honest with you. I enjoyed this match, for the very most part. I enjoyed this. Got some notes. Becky, the champ, comes out first, so the champion is the challenger. Oh my goodness. But anyway, Becky, the champ, comes out dressed to serve drinks at a 5-star restaurant. The ref is covered in a black turtleneck because, we can't show but so much skin on the women. If the women show flesh at the wrist and the ankles and the neck, that just makes men so excited that they can't control themselves, and because of that, they're not held responsible for their actions. Yeah. So, if y'all want to know, that is literally the legal case and stuff there. So that's on the books. So the fans are happy to see the stars, but they didn't seem too happy to see the women. They didn't seem too happy. Liv Morgan looks great in her attire. The fans eventually get into the match, and not just into being at WWE. They do the indie dueling chant. The women are physically, they're physical with each other. Really good strike exchange that had a tiny hiccup at the end, but you can ignore that. Liv hit a springboard code breaker for a 2 count. Becky hit a rope hung showstopper for a 2 count. Inverted headlock and elbow drop to the chest and or neck area, whichever you want to call it, depending upon what they do. Big Show's finisher, one of them. Liv hit a nice flying shin kick for a 2 count. Becky hit a perfect butterfly slam transition into an armbar or jujigadame. I mean, all of this it looks good. Liv reversed into a Rings of Saturn. Becky rolled into a Shiromi, and Dominic comes out to the ring, thus ruining my interest. Liv hit a high angle code breaker for a 2 count, so that distraction failed, I guess. After Becky hit the suplex, Dominic slid a chair into the ring. That happens. But after Becky hit a superplex, Dom slides a chair into the ring, and Becky's confused. Liv hit a running DDT on the chair, but didn't go for the pin because she's dumb. That's all I got. I DDT someone on the chair. That should be it, right? That should be it. But, okay. Liv couldn't throw the chair out the ring properly. Liv then hit the self-rope hung rolling DDT for the 3 count and winning the belt. And Dominic looks like he just messed up big time. After the match, the commentary called him stupid for practically handing the title to the woman that hurt Rhea Ripley. Okay, that's dumb somehow. That's dumb. So commentary ain't so bright. That's how I see it. To me, it's smart to give Liv the belt so that when Rhea comes back, she can get revenge. See that? It's like, wow. Guess what? Let Becky keep the belt, the one that Rhea Ripley isn't pissed with, so that she can come back and get revenge on Becky Lynch for what Liv Morgan did. Although Rhea pretty much did the injury to herself. Storylines, it's not as obvious as what's her name? Monet and What was her name? What is her name? I like her. It's, the more I try to think about it, the more it goes away. Wow, it's gone. It's gone. It's over. It's gone. I'll think of it later. Maybe, I don't know. It's just gone. I could feel the information just leaving. It's probably just saying, do the review, man. I can see her coming to the ring. It sucks. So they should have talked up how it helps Dominic put Rhea in the right spot when she said she's coming back for blood. That's what I thought. Next is the Intercontinental title. It's a 3-way. Oh, yeah, this match. So it's Chad Gable versus Bronson Reed versus Sami Zayn. See, look, Chad Gable come out, and I'm like, okay, this guy's put together. Willow Nightingale. That's who it is. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I can sleep at night now. So this Intercontinental 3-way match, I'm like, okay, it's Chad Gable, he's put together, he looks good. Bronson Reed looks like a freaking monster. And then you got minuscule Sami Zayn. Okay. I'm like, how are they going to make it that Bronson Reed doesn't win this belt and Sami Zayn holds on to it? You know, how y'all gonna do that? So some spots are dumb. Bronson was supposed to Sambo Slam Sammy onto the body of Chad, but instead he dropped him on Chad's knee, potentially hurting them both. So I'm like, okay, I can see why this guy shouldn't have the belt. The camera keeps taking glances at Otis, who shouldn't be out there unless he's interfere and cost Chad the match or help him win against the top guy, Sami Zayn. Look, I don't know too much about this, but I know I can tell who's being presented by what, by who's champion, who the commentary talks about the most, and who they try to put over the least. You know, so it didn't take much after 3 minutes, but the fans are into the match. I wonder if they're trying to outdo Leon France. Just wondering. And my question is, in all multi-person matches, must they do the suplex powerbomb thing? In all of them? Do they got to? Sammy takes a bit, but eventually he hit the Blue Thunder Bomb on Bronson, but for a 2 count. Bronson gets the double stack Samoan drop like all big men have to do in these matches. Bronson did a nice suicida. I didn't see it coming. Wasn't expecting that. I was a little impressed. So, so Gable is supposed to be the modern Kurt Angle. I get it. You know, and Gable shouts, now it's time. Then, you know, I'm just saying, they talked about Kurt Angle and him a little bit. Not too much, but a little bit. And Gable, he's got Kurt Angle's old school build, but when he applied the ankle lock, I was like, okay, that is like absolute picture perfect Kurt Angle. Then he fell back and grapevine the leg. I was like, okay, this is great. Too bad. The problem with that is when Kurt Angle would do it, it was always an instant submission until it was an important match, and all of a sudden wouldn't score the instant submission on the same person that it would normally score a submission on. See, that gives up the game, so you can't do stuff like that. In any case, so Gable shouts that it's time, and this calls Otis into action to knock down Reed, but he just won't attack Sammy. So Otis won't do it. So Gable is angry, provokes Otis, insulting him and stuff like that. You know, pretty much like what Kurt Angle would do. All I see with Gable is Kurt Angle. Just, that's all I see. I see a guy that was like, I want to be like Kurt Angle so much. So he provokes Otis, and then there's a mishap, so Otis hits Gable instead. And in the ring, Sammy boot kicks Bronson and gets the pin with ease. I see so many finishing moves and so many kicks to the face. I'm like, why is Sammy's boot kick stronger than anybody else's? What's the other one? Is there what they call it, the Claymore kick or something like that? But I'm like, it's a boot kick. It's not like he delivered it in some special way. It ain't like he put some snap on it or something like that. I just don't understand. So that was hour 1. Hour 2, we get Queen of the Ring final. So it's Nia Jax versus Lyra Valkyria. All right. And so Lyra comes out. She's got on the raven wings. You know, it's like, okay. All right, she's done up. Looks a little bit, it looks like high level Halloween stuff from a middle class family. But I'm like, what? I was just like, the wings don't mean anything. I was like, can you come out and wrestle? That's what I was thinking. Can you come out and wrestle? So it's a nice look if the wings were able to fold all the way up and around her. And then, you know, when the pyro was going off, she spread the wings. That would have been cool. But at the way they looked, I was like, this is very uneventful. So, okay. So, really good cat and mouse in the opening, chasing and stuff. I like the fight of the size difference. That really drew me in. I was interested. I'm like, how are they going to do this? Where they're going to go with this? You know, how is Lyra going to be able to do things? So I was interested in this. I was comparing Lyra to my tiny mouse. I was comparing, well, can't compare Nia Jax to my Tree of Mass. Well, Cedra's Tree of Mass. But they had their match, and it was sort of ish like this. It's just that Tree of Mass can actually move. But I didn't see like a whole bunch of ugly stuff from Nia Jax that Cornette and others be going on. I think the first time seeing Nia Jax, it was like that, but Nia's gotten better, but they can't see it because they're just stuck where they are. Maybe that's what it is. Or maybe I'm just not seeing it. You know, I can see hiccups here and there, but nothing major. Nothing like that. So Lyra is fighting uphill both ways with Nia. Nia get a few power moves in and applies a Cobra Clutch for a long time. So this was a waste of a legendary finishing hold. So that was the dumbest thing that I saw in the whole match, honestly. That was just stupid. I'm like, you wasted a finish. It was a Cobra Clutch, and she had it on for a while. The Japanese sleeper, or whichever you want to call it. It's just, Nia couldn't get the bonsai drop in the ring, so she tried to the outside and missed, landing on the apron. I like the camera work on the miss. Nia comically yells out, that hurt. It's better than her shouting, my hole. So Lyra uses the missile drop kicks the way others would use a punch. I thought that was perfect in this match. Lyra tries a sunset flip bomb, and Nia simply drops down to the bonsai drop that she calls the Annihilator and wins. Nia Jax is the queen of the ring. So after the match, Paul Levesque, I still think that's a much more marketable name than Hunter Hearst Helmsley or Triple H. I really think Paul Levesque, it just sounds up there, but I don't know. But he presents the crown to her, and they embrace with a lengthy conversation. I wish I knew what they were saying, though. Nia was just full of tears, broke her hardcore character. It was real. It was what I tried to tell Cedra and the very few others I spoke to. It's like, you know, why are they all so messed up when they win, when they know they're already slated to win? It's like, it's one thing you know that you're going to win, but once you do, it starts to set in like what's really going on. Like some people, they know in a year in advance they're going to lose the belt. They know when, maybe not to who, but they know that they're going to lose it. Sometimes they do know to who. So they ride that train for a while, but then when it comes to that match, they do it up. It's a match. They're champion. Then they lose. Then it sets in. Not only did they lose, but they lose a lot. They lose the fan favoritism. They lose the favoritism from the office. They lose that push, that shine. They lose certain endorsements and stuff. It goes way beyond just a belt. Some call it a fictitious belt that they can physically hold. But yeah, they know what they really lost. And that's why some of these people, they can't handle losing a belt. And, you know, so winning this was a lot for her. I'm like, don't look now. Those are real tears. So after the ceremony, Nia knows that no one likes her and, they don't like the outcome. But she promises to become women's champion at SummerSlam. She fluffs her hair in the camera, trying to look pretty, being a little arrogant, a little jerk, trying, but then the pyro goes off, which reminded her to pose. I found that funny. Pyro goes off. She's like, "Oh yeah, pose, my arms out." I was like, "Yeah, you were trying to be a little extra, be a little cute, but okay." Let's see what's next. And I had to write this. I was like, damn it, Michael Cole. He says, because he gives up a bit of the game, so we're going to have to see how it goes. But he says that now that Nia is Queen of the Ring, she'll get the title at SummerSlam. I get it. Maybe a flub of the words. We all do it. He might have left out chance or opportunity. He might have tried to say, now that Nia is Queen of the Ring, she'll get a chance at the women's heavyweight title or something, but just she'll, or get her title opportunity or chance or title shot or something. But I'm like, it almost sounds like you done gave up the game. So, but interesting. This was in the back, but I was like, interesting. A bowed up Becky Lynch's voice does not match how she looked. Sight unseen, I'd be worried if that voice was barking at me. Then I'd see her, and I wouldn't be carefree, but I'd be concerned, wondering what she can do with a booming voice like that at me. So I like a strong voice. Let's see. Next we get King of the Ring. It's the final. Is Gunther from Raw versus Randy Orton from SmackDown. This match took forever to get started. But I got to hand it the commentary. They sized these two up and their accomplishments so well, because I'm like, Randy Orton is a golden boy. He's a golden boy. Gunther's pretty much their ultimate warrior. I ain't talking about ripped and stuff like that, but that dude that just has the Intercontinental belt for so long, it's like they're married and whatnot. And so, like, you've seen Ultimate Warrior with the IC belt for so long, in so many matches, short matches where he ain't got to risk himself, you just say that's him. He's got the belt, And so Gunther, he doesn't have the IC belt. And I'm like, for someone like that to lose it, does that mean they're going on to something else? Because oftentimes you're not going to drop one belt to get nothing, especially if they've, put you over this strong. So I was like, Randy Orton, he's still got stuff. I didn't see SmackDown at this juncture. So if I had, I would have said, well, Randy's got to lose because he got stuff going on with the bloodline. He can't be dealing with the King of the Ring storyline. But I didn't see that. So for me, I was just kind of, at the time of watching this, I'm like, well, Randy, we'll just see what he do. He's a golden boy too. Gunther ain't on his level of office favoritism. He's not that. I gotta admit, Randy's more of the legend. He's been there forever. He's loyal. So we just have to see how it goes. So this match took forever to get started. I tell them to hurry up so others can wrestle tonight. Gunther, he walked to the ring. He was ready. Randy, good grief. He took as long to get to the ring as I am to get to the rest of this match review. The fans are going full 8 with excitement. Still, I think they're trying to outdo Leon France. Yes, I'm having fun with that. Randy uses a side headlock to control Gunther for a long time, and it just looked great. You don't get to see people use side headlocks and whatnot. Indie talent don't like headlocks. The indie fans don't want to see headlocks. They want to get, move, action, big move, dive, something through the table, use some kind of furniture. All right, do something in the ring, okay, and then win. That's it. That's just it. But for this, it was two high level veterans doing what they do best. And I think, honestly, as much as I don't give a damn about Randy, that goes back to the Attitude Era, though. But still, it's a master class. And I think, for the most part, people should watch. If you're an aspiring wrestler, watch this match and take some notes. That's what I think you should do. Watch it top to bottom as many times as you can. See the little things that they do that mean so much. Like this controlling side headlock. Gunther's the much bigger guy. He is seen as far more devastating. So you want to ground him as quickly as you can. Because the people's like, if he starts messing you up, you are messed up. And that's just the way it's going to be. So you got to nullify that a good bit. So that's what Randy did. That's what they're showing you. Gunther lays in a few chops that silences the crowd at first, but then they started getting with it. An early pivotal point where Randy going for the Ace Crusher and Gunther just backed up, allowing him to crash and burn, giving Gunther the ability to attack the back, just stomp on him. Gunther works the back for a good bit, and then at this point noted, I'm wondering if the bloodline will help Randy lose. Reason I ask that is because WWE won't let Orton lose to anyone unless it pushes something much bigger than the win. And that's what I wrote, and it's holding true. It's holding true. Randy hit a few hope spots with counter clotheslines, and Gunther shut him down with a clothesline of his own. Randy makes a small comeback and hits the Green Killer for a setup move, which I think is stupid. But it's classic Orton. I was like, classic waste of move. It used to be his finisher. Gunther slipped up on the top rope, but he still hit the body press for a 2 count. And the commentary had to mention how amazing that was. Gunther tries again, and Randy hit the Ace Crusher, but Gunther rolls away to the floor to avoid being pinned. Now it's time for table play with 2 standing backdrops from Orton. Gunther and Orton battle 50-50 until Orton hits another backdrop on the announcer table. You know, you got to do that announcer table so you can put it in the game. After his leg was worked, Randy hit the Ace Crusher for a 2 count, and then Gunther rolls him up for a 3 count. But Orton's shoulders weren't down. Well, his shoulder wasn't down. Actually, no, the shoulder blades got to be on the mat. Orton, his right shoulder was like too noticeable off the mat. Like you could probably fit a shoulder and a quarter up under it. His left shoulder, well, his right shoulder was on the mat, but his shoulder blade was clearly off the mat. He was practically almost on the top of his head. And I'm like, and the ref counted from behind, so he couldn't see anything, which I thought was dumb. How are you going to get yourself in a position to count where you can't see the opponent's shoulders on the mat? I'm like, there's too much wrong with this. I noted I was hoping Gunther would win. And my second note is, I wonder if the people in the back are scratching their heads seeing that Orton's shoulders weren't down and how that will be received by the fans. I say they have nothing to worry about because that level of scrutiny is reserved for AEW, TNA, and New Japan Pro Wrestling. It's hard for me to say NJPW. It almost sounds like a magazine. So I have to say New Japan Pro Wrestling. Gunther's the king of the ring. And it'd be kind of cool if he called himself King of the Ring Generals. There you go. I thought it's just smooth, it rolls off the tongue. King of the Ring Generals. And then there's the ceremony, Levesque hands him the crown and Gunther holds it high. And I'm like, that's kind of odd, you know. Nia Jax, she kneeled and it was placed on her, which seemed like a very good ceremonial thing, but Gunther, it was like, yeah, you know, you're a man. I have a lot of respect for you, and I ain't gonna see him make you look weak. So here you go, get your crown. You know, it was 2 different things. And so it's like a man anoints himself, but a woman has to be anointed. You know, or maybe there was something else in reverse. Maybe the other psychology was she's the woman, she's kneeling, and I, a man, am going to anoint her. So maybe it's a slight smack in the face of Saudi Arabia. Maybe, I don't know. They ain't gonna come out and say anything because they don't want to ruin that relationship. And I wrote great heel work. The fans were chanting to Gunther that he deserves it. And I like how he looked at first like, wow, thank you. You can see on his face, wow, thank you. This is nice, thank you. But he had to turn it back on. You can see him turn it back on. What I do and don't deserve is none of your business. I was like, beautiful, beautiful. Chef's kiss on it. The fans all hurt up and stuff. I was like, oh, you just, Gunther, beautiful. The fans got their feelings hurt and turned on him instantly, showing how fickle they are. When the whole time they were cheering for Orton. They cheered for Orton the whole time. Damn you, Gunther. We don't care about you. We hope you lose. And then he wins. You deserve it. It's like y'all shut up. Just shut up. The fans got their just desserts and didn't like the flavor. Still, we're on track for Randy and Owens to feud with the Bloodline. I had not seen SmackDown before this. Now we get into hour 3. And we get to the undisputed title match. And I was like, okay. There's a bunch of ads. They do this. So it's a 3-hour premium live event. But if you take out all the commercials, all that stuff, you might be dealing with about 2 hours, 20 minutes, something like that. So we got Logan Paul versus the champion, Cody Rhodes. Logan's gear is very indicative of Triple H's green trunk attire from back in the day. Fans try to outdo Leon France, but they cannot. And what's worse, as they kept singing, the bell rings to shut them up. It's like, no, we're not gonna do what happened in Leon. You ain't gonna keep singing. The bell ding ding ding. Fans like, all right, man. I was like, they will not let these fans do that. So, and like I said, I'm having fun with this. I'm having fun with the whole, what's gonna outdo Leon? Because when they go back to Leon's gonna try to outdo Leon, and they're gonna do it. Trust and believe. Leon France is going to outdo Leon France. What bothers me about Logan Paul is that he can pro wrestle better than anyone in AEW who has done it for 9 to 20 years longer than he has. I have a natural, rational, and logical. I can't say a disdain, because if I'm not seeing him, I ain't thinking about him. But I hate the fact that he even has a job outside of YouTube. And I hate the fact that even YouTube let him stay on. You get one jackwad saying a racist term, so you get adpocalypse, they do it, and they use that to just ruin everyone's chances at making money. And you get this guy laughing and joking about a suicide forest and dead people. They say, yeah, let's gift you more. I just don't. And people just love Google, even though Google allows this, they love it. I'll end that rant though. Just saying, Google's the one that's allowing this. You can't be mad at Logan. You got to be mad at Google. They're the ones. So he and Cody do it. Now look, I'm gonna talk fairly. These are wrestlers. I'm seeing the wrestler, not the person. Keep that in mind. But he and Cody do a ton of callbacks to the past with amateur style grappling, ducking the crossbody and pulling the fans into their match. They do a great job. Logan can pro-damn wrestle. Outside the ring, Logan takes a drink from the people's bottle, and Cody uses the bottle and maybe should have been disqualified, but okay. A fan shoves Cody and no security pounces the guy, but Cody drags him over the railing, dispatches with him. Another guy hands Logan the brass knuckles, and he nails Cody in the ribs but it meant nothing. He popped Cody in the ribs with these brass knuckles, alleged brass knuckles. And Cody's like, oh, that hurt. Logan, that's at that juncture, Cody went AEW. At that juncture. So far, when it comes to TNA, I see them sell everything so far. Logan goes after Cole, who had some words for him, but Corey Graves blocks Paul. Okay, that's good. You know, you got to take care of your commentary, buddy. And Michael Cole didn't say anything wrong. And Logan Paul healing it up maximum on him. So, I mean, just masterful work. Just masterful. In the ring, Cody doesn't sell the brass punch to the body. But they got a bit to go, so I guess that's why he's not selling it. I don't know. In the figure 4, Logan sells like a damn pro. Audibly sitting, he's audibly sitting in the pain and just, you can see he's like panicked. He's flustered. He's like, where do I go? He's trying to hurt me. He's vocalizing all of this stuff, you know, just talking about the pain in his legs, and it's the perfect panic voice with it. I mean, to be honest, for a second, I lost track that it was a work. Just for that minute second, I lost track. Logan can sell ice to Inuits. He can sell fire to the Hawaiians. This guy is good. All right? He can sell desert. He can sell sand to a camel. He's good. I got to give him his props. I got to give him the credits, the kudos, the whatever the hell y'all saying these days. But he's doing it right. And just because I don't like him doesn't mean that I have to just down anything good that he does. I still wish they just fire him overnight. But, you know, Logan tried another slingshot front flip into something. But his leg failed him. He sold that figure 4 still. His leg failed him, allowing Cody to hit the springboard ace crusher for a 2 count. He sold that leg beautifully. Perfect. Logan flips out of the one move. Just flips out. He does it, and it looks nice. Steals Cody's finisher for a 2 count. They're going back and forth, and they're looking good. Cody hit Dustin's, his brother's corkscrew suplex, and Corey Graves mentions it loosely. There's something in the family. Cody doesn't go for the pin, though. So I was like, that kind of spits on his brother's move. Like, your move is good, but not good enough to go for at least a 2 count. He should have pinned him. He should have covered him. And when he kicked out, you should look like kind of like, what in the world? He should have looked a little stunned. And it'd been cute if he said, hey, bro, you might need something better. That would have been nice. You know, but that would be better if it was a short match, though. Just saying, though. Logan ruins the tables, monitors, and just knocking them off. You know, and sorry, guys. I'm sorry, Cole. I'm sorry. Just backhanded apologies. I'm sorry. While knocking stuff off the tables, I was like, beautiful. Cody hits the ace crusher from the barricade onto the table. Then he breaks the referee's count, and then tells the ref he doesn't want to count out. It looks like a prize fight at that juncture. I'm serious. If you go back when Cody Rhodes rolls into the ring and he stops the ref's count, and he's breathily, because he's been working, but he's breathily telling him not to stop, not to count him out. You can go back and watch Rocky 1, Rocky 2, Rocky 4, and it's like that. It had that feel, that desperation, that I can't give up, and I don't want to win like this. I want to win flat out. No excuses. Nothing. It gave that feel. Logan punches Cody perfectly, laying him out on the floor. It was a nasty punch. I liked it. Logan hit a rounding frog splash from the top rope to the outside onto the announce table on Cody. I was like, Cody should be done. But it's a title match. You got to go way beyond what you normally do. So I get that. Logan pulls Cody up, throws him into the ring, and goes up to the top, hitting another frog splash before almost a 3. But it was a 2 count, almost a 3. It wasn't no question. Oh, they held their hand. Nope. Cody kicked out, nick of time, almost a Ric Flair level kick out. Frustrated, Paul lifts Cody and shouts that he hates. I hate you. And then punches him in the ribs a few times. It ain't like he said it and he got outworked or outsmarted or, outpunched. No, he ate them ribs up. And then after a small mix-up on the strike exchange, Cody rams into the ref, into the corner. So he got squashed in the corner. And then he has to evade Logan, who does the Stinger Splash onto the ref. So the ref is down for a bit. Cody hit the vertebrae, but the ref is down. And he's like, hey, come on, ref. Come on. We got to finish this. We got to finish this. That he's vocally saying that. You can hear it. We get up, ref. We got to finish this. Get up. Come on. I'm like, beautiful. Beautiful. It ain't that stupid little, I shake the shoulders or the shirt for a little bit and go away. No, he's talking to him. Get up. Come on. Get up. He's telling him. He needs the ref. He's in control. He can win. He's right there. The ref just got to be up. Paul gets the low blow on Cody, pulls out the plastic knucks because they got up close. I said, that's not brass. That's not brass. I've seen brass knucks. The ring announcer, he pulled Logan's leg to distract him, but it doesn't last too long as he gets kicked off. And Logan said, who the hell are you? That's what Logan shouts. Who the hell are you? Logan turns around to punch Cody, who catches the arm and says, I'm Cody Rhodes, bitch. And puts on 3 rolling crossroads and got the pin. Nice. Nice. Great match. Awesome match. I would give that match I give that match 4.5. I can't give it 5. I cannot give it 5. Couple of hiccups, but nothing looked cooperative. Kicking out of things like the frog splash on the table and then the frog splash in the ring, that really should have been it. That really, because Logan hit those moves perfectly. That should have been it. Just things like that. It ain't about the weapon. The weapon usage actually adds to it. It boosts it. I could give it 4 3/4, honestly, because of that. Using the weapons and fighting back and showing that heart. And this match had so much, but there are points where if you're not going to win with it, don't do it. And what I mean by that, for when it comes to matches like this, there are moves where Cody and Logan should have went for the pin. You're not going to get it. It's going to be a kick out, but they should have went for it. They should have went, just those little things. And the match never really reset and built back up. You got to see where, not the match like fully resets, but there's a lull where it's like, okay, what's going to happen? What's going on? We've hit this plateau. Then they build it back up. Boom. But honestly, 4 3/4. That's where I'm going to go. If I want to use my disdain, my dismay of Logan Paul and his existence, honestly, if I was going to be that petty, I would give it 3 3/4 or 3 5/6 or 8/10 or something. I don't know. No, I can go as high as 4 3/4 stars. You know, actual star rating system and not the Meltzer star rating system. You know, the Cornet star rating system. That's what we call it. But look, I hope you enjoyed this. Hope you like listening to my dosey tones. But this has been Cedric for CR Wrestling Commentary. SmackDown, Raw, King and Queen of the Ring in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Want y'all to be cool, be safe, be good. Want you to do all that. And check out Pain and Agony Wrestling, because I'll be putting that up soon. And see you next time.